Man, that thing was difficult to set up. But that's okay. Live. First stream on YouTube. You know why we're streaming on YouTube? It's because for the last 6 months or so, the channel has been completely demonetized. All because I wouldn't make any Jake Paul vids. Said I just wanted to make Brodo. You know what? Head of Google came to see me. Well, wasn't the head of Google, he was the head of YouTube. He said, I hear you're making a bit of a splash in the Brodo community. How are those guys doing? I said they are both doing fine. But for whatever reason, he was out to destroy me, demonetize the channel, put the channel back into review for monetization, and then the usual week turnaround stretched into about 6 months, while they asked me to do more videos so they could assess whether it's the right kind of stuff. Now, I don't really know how to read into that because I'm assuming that they don't like Brodo collar jokes or, you know, Sarada's bulge or anything like that. So I thought about doing something a bit, you know, tamer, but I couldn't really come up with anything. So I just kind of went rogue. And for whatever reason, that seems to have worked. I guess the Cuba Watch video was the one that kind of went a little bit further, got people enticed. Anyway, today I can tell you about some other stuff I was thinking to do. One of which I don't think I can do because it's probably going to get the channel demonetized again. So I was thinking, part of the problem the new series is that Naruto's been nerfed. Or, sorry, for those of you who don't know where, Boruto's dad's been nerfed. And I think that comes down to the fact that when you think about it, it's all about passing the mantle. So I'm picturing, like, let's say in, I don't know, 20 years, old man Naruto is in a meeting, you know, with the young bucks, in a presentation, looking distraught. You know, at that point he's got gout, he's been declining pretty fast. Got beat up by a chick in the last manga chapter. You could say that he won, but I don't know. Seems like he's been struggling quite a lot. I can't quite remember his colour, you know, he's got a little bit more of a hood going because he thought the Boruto's one looked pretty snappy. So they call him Count Naruto. Especially as he has the fangs when he gets angry. That's pretty stupid. And what is this? What are you presenting to me today? These guys mug there. World best dad. And of course it's still a fake arm. What am I animating? Shreks. Well, you know, I'm animating a couple of things at the moment. Problem is I never really tend to finish them. So I got some ideas. This is one of those ideas, in fact. But anyway, he's on the presentation and he's looking concerned. He's kind of, you know, beads of sweat coming down. We don't really know why. And then it kind of pans out to, you know, a bunch of the young bloods. I can't remember all the character designs in Boruto because they suck. Basically, he also looks like a vampire for some reason. Kind of somewhere between their parents. Of course, fashion changes, so now they're wearing suits, you know, it's got to be practically the 21st century. We'll have Metal Lee as well. Really like that skin tight leotard. Really let it go. Okay, getting a slightly North Korea vibe from him at the moment, but that's okay, that's okay. It's fine. They kind of go, oh, you know, Mr. Hokage, what's the problem? You know, what's the deal? What's the better? He goes, well, you know, I've heard about the new generation surpassing the old, but this is getting pretty ridiculous. And at this point, you're probably where I'm not going to save this stream. No, sorry, Bob. To which they go, oh, you know, Mr. Naruto, I think, you know, you have no idea how excited we are to be here. You know, you just no idea. No idea at all. And then it slowly expands around him. Each bulge coming in. This is where motion tweening comes in. And Naruto's, you know, understandably getting a little bit concerned. Yeah. So that's the kind of quality material that you might be missing. Other than that, I did think about doing one around the fact that, you know, the Google, YouTube scenario about getting demonetized. You know, I considered about that. The thing with it was I kind of did it and then they remonetized the channel like immediately afterwards. So, you know, what can I do? I was going to have myself fighting versus the head of YouTube. I'm pretty sure the head of YouTube is actually female. So it's going to be JP. Give me the definitely training to take on the boss, you know. And the problem was going to be that I was going to be like extremely weak to begin with, you know, really weak. And then I would be doing training versus the local primary school, you know, fighting kindergartners and stuff. And JP was nodding along as I'd eventually be able to KO him. And then in the final, I'd use the Dempsey low blow, which, if anyone's seen Hajime no Ippo, would be devastating to a crotch. You know, you can probably start to see a theme here, and I begin to wonder this myself. Are all the animation ideas I come up with kind of related below the belt? I would say yes, definitely. Definitely. By the way, I have no plans for this stream, so if you have any requests, fire them out. I just wanted to give this a try, because I didn't know how the YouTube version worked. Done like gaming streams with JP. Those go quite well. But it's like 24 hours of shit compared to maybe 1 or 2 seconds of decent footage. So the idea I had was we played Rust as well. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad you like the Broto opening. You know, the popular Broto opening was, how do I put this? I recut it from the original, which was around 12 frames per second. And when I did that to 24 frames per second, because I didn't understand at first why everything looked so janky. I was sort of going like, okay, it really looks stilted. I don't really understand why. I did it against the Tengen Toppa music, so it was all kind of themed that way. And then I thought, you know what, I saw the new opening, which was the first opening at the time. And I thought, yeah, that looks pretty good. And the problem with that was, when I did it to 24, I just literally sort of switched it across. I didn't really want to spend too long on it. And that was the one that became the Behemoth, which basically still the most popular one in the channel, although it's been now some 3.5 million views in, and a year or two on, people have decided now it's mature content, which I have to admit I did think that was probably the case, given Dragon Ball Boruto got kind of sniped in 200k views, and I would ask for a you know, a review on that one, but let's be honest, it probably isn't appropriate for all audiences. I mean, my own view is that there's really nothing that horrendous in there. There's no visible nudity, but I can understand why some people might find it a little bit, yeah, maybe not want to show minors in every case, so it's up to that. But anyway, I did that, and then it goes by way too fast, so you have absolutely no idea what's going on. And that's kind of led to people basically running through it. There's actually a really good reaction video. There's only one I quite like. I mean, I saw double 4animes one. I was going to give a rebuttal to that, but to be honest, I kind of feel like the guy's a little bit crazy, and I don't need that in my life, you know. Everyone's free to criticize, so that's, you know, that's what it's all about. I don't mind if he wants to dislike it, you know. I did put in a little jab to him in Revenge of the Boruto fans. I put in, I don't know if you guys actually saw that, it was the Boruto testicle eye, as because all this stuff is very sensational. It tends to be stuff like, oh, Naruto's dead, or Naruto's gone Ultra Instinct from Dragon Ball Super. It's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And you say my stuff's too lowbrow. By the way, I always have to get a reference Boruto's hair. I can never remember how to do it. It's quite straightforward, really. It's basically satanic. The only thing I remember is that stupid thing on top. But anyway, other than that, I didn't really come back to it. And yeah, I was like genuinely surprised that the Boruto OP became as big as it did, because it wasn't even the original one. It was just a recut, quite a lazy recut, which yeah, kind of took off quite fast. But I point out that it was completely demonetized from day one because it used the audio track from Boruto OP, which is why the second one has that slightly slightly different music, which is a bit more royalty free, even though it does kind of nerf the popularity a bit. But if you ask me which one's my favourite one, which I'm not sure you would, but that is definitely Buttocks Grounds, which I'm guessing if you're watching the stream you probably have seen. I think the opening to Buttocks Grounds is kind of weak, but it's good fun. And it might just be because I know all those guys. Like the character for Aruzo, who's a woman, he was quite upset by me making him a woman. He didn't really understand it. He didn't really understand the stream at all. He's a streamer, quite a popular one. Feel free to check him out. I even did some art for him, and his comments were, you know, this is not a brand I'm trying to build, and he was really upset when he saw the, you know, fortuitous gangbang, because he basically appeared in that, and he wasn't consulted in any of this as being, you know, gangbang by Twitch, which, you know, well, I'm not going to say it wasn't exactly what happened, but he wasn't happy with that story appearing. Other than that, I mean, Matty was a good sport. I'd like to do another one with Matty, because he's kind of fun. I don't know, maybe it's the Scottish in him. And yeah, Matty's he kind of gets wound up quite quickly, but it's kind of in a fun way. It's like the amount of insults he sort of throws at me as soon as he comes online is pretty heavy going. By the way, if you draw like a torso like this, you want to do arms. Best to do the arms before sort of working on clothing. You want to kind of do the figure. You know, if I had to give kind of a critique on Boruto, because I'm guessing most of you are fans, given that's what you keep asking me to do. It's that they went too dark too quickly, and by that I mean it was like 30 seconds into the series. You know, they're going like, oh, you know, Naruto's dead. It's the same, they did that same thing in the manga. It's like, oh, it's not my dad's story, and then it's like, wow, okay, we don't want to lose the sales, so yeah, I guess it kind of is. And then they did you know, they're like, oh, well, we can't exactly have Naruto be a good dad because, you know, he'll be the Hokage and they'll be rich, and it's like, you know, he's got to be a really inconsiderate dad. And then suddenly, as I point out, probably many a time, suddenly Naruto cares, like, in the slightest about paperwork. I mean, when did he become an office administrator? And why don't they have office administrators? Why do you need the strongest person in the village to do that? Didn't really add up to me. It felt quite forced. They did a similar thing with, you know, like Back to the Future, Iron Man. They kind of, you know, really force some kind of weakness in the character to make, you know, offer some reason for conflict, just so they've got an arc. Problem with that is that sometimes it just doesn't really work because it kind of ruins what preceded it. So I really don't. I mean, fair enough, I can see like Naruto being fairly independent to some degree, but his obsession on paperwork doesn't really tally into any part of his character proceeding. Nor would be good for the, you know, the village. I mean, Christ, he doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to try and tell you what was that reaction video I saw that I quite liked. It was called React Central. Could put this one in. And what made me kind of laugh about this one is the fact his head's like moving all around the screen the whole time. Plus, I kind of like watching it because I knew that he was completely unsure what to make of everything coming up, and then suddenly you just know the ending bit's going to kind of floor him a little bit. And because it's really stupid, but I like it. So yeah, what I was thinking of doing Boruto next. Well, I have to admit, I have read the manga. I have to admit, I've tuned out of the anime a little bit. It's felt like it was a never-ending filler, to be honest. But the animation quality in the recent one was pretty decent. Won't lie. I mean, I remember sort of being drawn in by the clip of Kono Harumu, or what the fuck his name is now, and you know, him basically the teacher getting immediately nerfed by virtue of, well, actually I don't know, was he nerfed? He was never actually that strong. You know, I can't do this for everything. It's not like these guys are invincible and they can't be defeated. But anyway, yeah, it was like some guy absorbed all his chakra and he was like, oh, you got me. And then he was like, but actually, you didn't get me because I have a Rasengan. And the hit him with that anyway, and that seemed to do the trick. I didn't really follow the rest of the plot from there on, but I'm assuming that everyone learnt a life lesson and no one died. I gotta say that I do think that their teacher should be in jail. I don't think that you can really, well, I don't think Naruto's path to go, like, you know, you tried to kill my son, but logically you were haunted by a ghost. You know, whatever explanation can there be? video about frogs. You're gonna have to elaborate on that one. You know, I like restrictions, I like constraints when it comes to creativity, but I don't really know a video about frogs. What will that actually encompass? What's the angle? Come back to me on that one. We'll keep that in the maybe part. The Rust video was going to be, well, in fact it was only really inspired by one moment. Basically we built a base. There you go, this is a base in Rust. Had like a door. Even had a window upstairs. It's very nice. And me and JP were having a great time. JP was like, definitely the best base we've ever built. And I was going, yeah, it sure is. And then Matty turns up. It's like, so can I get, what's this accent again? Alright, so can I get access to the top of the base? To the storage, you know, I just want to, you know, get access to the base. And we go, yeah, it's fine, mate. You know, go and you go. And then the little shit doesn't just take the resources; he starts building on top of the base. And to make it even worse, the God, the dimensions are over the place here. He locks us out of the extension. He puts a door on there; it's bolted, and starts building up. But the thing is, he's doing it in wicker. So from the outside, let's get a little bit more of a close-up here. These images are pretty small. Kind of aim my gun. Probably didn't need representation on that one. And I fired through the side of it here, and then what happened there was pretty much a scene from Die Hard, where we're out of space. Oh my god! And that he's going like, ah! He goes flying. It looks like he's yawning actually. That's not very good. Just go, falls to his death, along with his stupid tower that he tried to lock it out of. I mean, that's the gist of what happened. And then afterwards we got raided. It happens, you know. Your shading way is pillow shading. It makes the art flat, not just I hate. Give you advice. You're right, actually. To be honest, this isn't actually how I tend to shade. Normally it's a little bit different. So how I normally shade, well, I don't know actually, or maybe that's what you meant. Let's see. Let's draw another quick Naruto, even though it doesn't look a thing like him. It's kind of Afro-ish, doesn't it? So I normally do the shading would be something like I have to admit, when I'm playing on the stream, I might want to just try some stuff out. I was actually thinking of a new tablet based around the ones you can actually, you know, draw straight on the screen. Those ones are pretty cool, and they've got some slightly cheaper ones from it now. But this one's still quite decent. It's the Intos Wacom one. Was that what you meant? Was that? It's just. I'm gonna Google pillow shading now. You know, you got me on technical terms. What is pillow shading? Let's see. Explain this to me. Explain this. Pillow shading. Okay, so what, pillow shading is where there's just like no real light source. Is that how it goes? See, it looks quite nice. But Pinterest, I don't want to have to sign up. Damn it. I get you. Well, the problem is that in every shot there's a series of fallacies obscuring the light and diffusing it. It's like a ring of it. And subsequently it's very difficult to give it an accurate light source. Very difficult indeed. But I will take that tip. I mean, you know what? I just need practice. You know, how do you get good? Practice. So like, probably should be doing, you know, more structured styles based around that sort of stuff, where you kind of do it as the overlay and then build from that. So most of you are probably used to me seeing what I do in Flash. So I'll switch to Flash for a second. Just give me a brief moment, if you would, if you'd be so kind. Okay, found one I hadn't quite finished. So, you know, this will be a sneak preview. There you go. There's a fairly good chance I will not finish this one. No, Parisic. It's a good thing to point out. I completely agree. I mean, shading definitely gives it more pop. I mean, in this case, I've resolved it by just not shading at all. So this was going to be an animation. You know, you can see. Well, yes. I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory. It's called How Sasuke Dies, and he was going to be diagnosed with thrush. I kind of dropped it because there wasn't really more to the punchline than that. And then what do you do? What do you do? So we'll just, you know, we'll go a little bit higher with our drawing here. Have Naruto's ghost. Naruto himself looking over him. But he can't be there in person because he's just got way too much paperwork, you know. Way too much. Thanks, Flash, you piece of shit. Does that artifacting all the time.
Oh, Sasuke. If only I was there. But I've really got to fill out this P45. You understand, don't you? You've shirked your responsibilities.
So I'll make him into a ghost. Ooh, with T-Rex arms. One's more just kind of like a mangled armpit, that's fine. This is a crash course in how to do Boruto. And, oh, that's a bit dark. Gotta get this right. I cannot make this example if the colour is not correct. Yeah, it just needs a bit more pop. Okay, okay, yeah, that's okay. Oh my god. Now you select that, convert it to a symbol, and because I don't like animating, do that to make it look like it's moving. Click again. Here's a ghost. And there we go. A Naruto ghost, folks. It's just that easy. And then you know what, if you want to, say we wanted to extend this down, you know, fine. And then comes in for most tender of kisses. Actually, yeah, we don't really need this to do much of anything, so just keep it going. And then bring it in guys. This is an intimate moment. Got to get this right. This is way too intimate actually. Yeah, no, this is fine. Yeah, we'll slice off his face. Pump up the brush size. Give ourselves a reference. That's not helpful. It's not helpful at all. Nice try. I think I didn't see that. I have complete awareness of what's going on. Except I can't remember what colour it was we used for the eyes. Was it something like... It's fine. You know, it's okay. Creative license. His eyes can change colour. I don't want to bother to do this. I'm only going to preview in this, so you're not going to see the effect anyway. Fortunately, our alpha's remembered where it was, and then it's a much slower transition in here. Hey, these are original assets. They were taken from Boruto OP. Oh yeah. You know, there's no great mystery as to why it did get demonetized for mature content. There's an awful lot of those references in there. Okay. And that's all it is, folks. That's literally all there is. And then maybe... Which one's... That's okay. Probably should be labelling these. I'm going to assume he's near the end. No, that's a pillow. You know, sometimes you have to do the pillows like that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, but for now... Yeah, that flesh-coloured bed we can sort out. I think I might see the problem there. Yeah, appears he. I'm not going to draw his hand. Don't have time for that. Well, actually, blue is that black? That's black. The reason we did that was it was very easy for us to do this reaction. Sometimes you've got to keep it a little bit simple. You know, you can overplay the expressions and it can backfire. I don't really know where I'm going with that. No idea at all. We'll check out another more recent one. Okay, gotta fix the window in it first because it doesn't always know what flash is. There we go. Okay. Burner Boys indeed. I don't even remember that panel being in there. It's pretty quick. think the real question at this point is, what would Baroto have done had it continued any further? Probably going to remove that whole thing. I mean, to be honest, there isn't really much there that I need from Baroto's previous frame at this point. If I know Baroto, he's jacked. Beat up a kid about 20 years held back. Made him his prison bitch. Sometimes Flash does that actually. It has a little glitch where it recolors the entire area based around something like just drawing, which means you have to really split up the animations into sections, otherwise it tends to glitch out occasionally. And that's drawn for a while. I'm not sure how his arms ended up quite so small compared to the other one. You know what? This guy needs some ninja tech. Isn't that the theme of the series? Sorry, Saturday. Tough break. I don't really understand what is so controversial about them using technology like this. Like, they are going off into war in places. Why does it matter if they're using a weapon or not? You're like, oh yeah, he died, but it was for hard work. It's like, wow, you know, it's not very sporting though, is it? Carrying a gun? I would suggest it is, yeah, you know. If you're at war, if you're out there fighting, doing security, I guess, why not? It'd be nice if we lived in a peaceful world, you know. But Naruto's too busy doing paperwork. Okay. Don't want to spend too much more time on these arms because they are atrocious. I forgot to do the overlay there. That's fine. Wise guy, yeah. It's all in your imagination. It's true. I do have a British accent, and probably, you know, more than anything, actually, I think they nerfed Sarah to like way too much. Because like, oh yeah, wait, if she's got like the strength of Sakura and she can like hit as easily as Sasuke, then she'll fucking obliterate anyone. And yeah, that's how it would go. That's how it would go. Momentary blip there. Just opening the files to save. You know how it goes. Alright. So he is woefully undercollared on this one. Actually, we need, let's get a different layer in here. Yeah. That's fine. My goodness, that line work. Atrocious. It's even getting worse. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see how successful. What do we miss? Missed it quite bad. That's fine. It's fine. We're back. No problem, guys. We're okay. Give it the old additions here. I mean, that's not bad. Although I'm just reflecting now that I made his colours at the top black when I did the original animation. You guys were not supposed to see this. Can't do that. We'll keep some continuity around it then. What was that actually? Okay. Gotta remember how you layer these things, you know. Is that even gonna work? That's surely gonna be a disaster. Gotta consider these things because the frame kind of comes in. Well, sorry, the different layer comes in, it's not going to use that line against it. Which can be good, and it can be bad.
Why not?
Okay. Metal Lee is pretty juicy. I mean, it's the bodysuit really. If you're going to do a depiction of Metal Lee, like fan art style, and you don't, you know, draw him a little bit chunky, that's a missed opportunity, my friend. I'm fairly sure that's the way Kishimoto wanted it done. Well, these additional ones have gone a little bit out of hand. A little bit. That's right, actually, we forgot about his tattoos. You can't draw him without tattoos now. That was such an amazingly inventive thing they put in there. I think the real ones are something like, you know, it's got a little
Yes, it does this.
And they'll explain why they're important soon. They're kind of like, yeah, we saw the curse seal and that was pretty cool, and this is even cooler. Is it possible the tattooed artist wouldn't be particularly adept? Don't know why I'm doing a future version of her anyway, because got his eyebrow.
I never coloured in his eyebrows.
This stream has just been a incredible example of absence of quality control. Ooh, that is bad news. Anyway, the real collar has yet to reveal itself. You may notice he has room from within. His trousers. Like a peacock. Like I say, if I was Metal Lee at this point, I'd be terrified. Okay, we need this. We can go with this. Is this? Are we not? Is that not okay? I'm missing it. Oh, down the back. Yeah. Yeah, no, fair, that's a fair play. Looks terrible. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that at all. I guess that works anyway, it's formidable now. Oh yeah, gotta give him his eye. That's not it. Oh, we'll do so. Let's give him both eyes. Okay, on the one eye, we are going to use the old test guy. Where have I just drawn that? Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Lost control of the situation, guys. It's pretty bad. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, we are going to have to even things up a little bit by giving Metal Lee a little bit more ammunition. Like I did a better job of this the first time. can't remember what stupid eye looks like. What is this? What is this? Bruto eye. Okay, yeah, now I got this. It's fine. Kind of goes grey. Why am I using closed caps? And then it goes quite bright. Probably not that bright. Like that bright. And then it's got a slightly darker bit to it. What? Yeah. Doesn't look that fearsome. No, it doesn't really look fearsome at all. Part of it is this expression, I think. You know, we got. Okay. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd be feeling it. Would you guys? You asked me to do something with Metal Lee. Make those macho arms more beefy. Not satisfied with the macho arms? Getting conflicting requests here, guys. I think I can work with that though. We will make them more beefy. Probably just make one of them beefy. You know. He's a lonely man. It's entirely plausible that he would have disproportionately ripped arms. Fabric would definitely be catching up there. Definitely catching up. And if you're wondering why you're so jacked in one arm, that's your reason. I'll literally live stream the animation process instead of doing it. Yes, I am. I mean, if it makes you feel better, this will not get released. What is this animation? It's literally just a single frame. Now, that bit earlier where I did the Sasuke dying of thrush, that was live animating. This is live fan art, if anything. This is fan art of my own stuff. Okay, I think it's fair to say he would have shot himself. You know what? Take it as a color reference, but We're going to completely redo Mount Lee. Let's give ourselves 150%. Yeah. And maybe, yeah. Actually, I like the post-strangling. I think it's important to mention he is no less chunky. He might have more cushion for the pushing than Bro, and that is really his advantage. When he walks, it's like thunder. Give a bit more muscle on the leg, because, you know, he's going to need it to hold those up, those gams. That's the truth, folks. There is nothing off the screen. I only draw what I need to draw.
Hey, buddy.
And then bring it around. There really was no reason to redo this bit.
Except to make you all suffer, as I would suffer to animate it.
No. I'm gonna guess that is probably the course. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is good. Mm-hmm. We kind of turn things up to 11 here. Kind of turned up to 11. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about that particular piece of work. We could put Snapesuki in the background, you know, pleading for mercy. But I don't know. If there's one more thing I'd probably change, I mean, it's like Bruto. You know, if he's really shown off. It seems like he is. It really does. And conceivably, actually, he's still got the gun in his holster. Conceivably, he's shown off his six-pack as well. Not exactly the most convincing Looks more like he's wearing a muscle t-shirt. You guys want the picture? Yeah, you know what? I'll post it on the community page afterwards. Okay? You can have it. You were here with me when we did this. We lived through this together. Because this stream is not getting saved. Those of you that are here are the only ones that are going to see this. Everyone else is just going to see the end result. And they'll be glad they didn't tune in. But for those of you that were, you know, this is like Stockholm Syndrome, you know. I don't really know how far I want to take this analogy. Anyway, it's getting a bit late here. We probably will do this again at some point. Just wanted to give it a try, because I've done Twitch, but I haven't really done like YouTube streaming. And yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. Maybe we'll get JP on as well. We can do a bit of concurrent stuff. Maybe we can get Matty on, so you can just, you know, really Ranger versus the Doomslayer. Interesting analogy. Quake Champions. No, I haven't. I've got a friend who's really into it. Can I scream? No, it's way too late. It's way too late. You know, I got neighbours. How much do you think I'm making from this YouTube venture? That I could rent a place that's detached? No, I'm yeah, I'm not living in a box. You know, I have a day job, but it ain't exactly fortuitous enterprise right here. So maybe if I stream during the day, then I'll start screaming and singing and all that. But yeah, it's fine. But yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. It was good times, but all good times have to come to an end.
And that's now.
Let's see, let me find an appropriate emoji to express how I feel. It's going to take some doing. It's going to take some doing. Man, these suck. Okay, this one's pretty good. Yeah, I like that one.
I care about you guys too.
Toodaloo. Have a good night, guys. Or day. Or period of time that you are currently in. Okay?